All right. So, in part one of my Y Advertorials webinar, I used an example of the sunscreen that I helped develop called Antarctic Sun Defense, or it's always called Antarctic Sun Defense, but this is the new and improved version. So, I went through and sort of fleshed out a full draft of our piece. So, in my pre headline, I'm differentiating sunscreen, regular sunscreen from this sunscreen, but I am not focusing on the bad guys. I could just like never put drugstore sunscreen on your face or your family's faces again. Um, I could be more negatively agitating. I'm choosing not to do that, and I've also chosen to have more of a direct response feel in the headline versus more of a news. So if I were to news this up, I would get rid of this. That just gives it a quick news flair. So I added the image, the hero image. Now, the hero image, you're going to want to test lots of different images here. It's important. It's again, I've had one times plus ROAS increases just from changing images, especially the hero images. Another testability factor are your headlines or your headline deck section. So I added in here some why. Uh, but when I started developing dark spots and discoloration, I wonder why my sunscreen wasn't working. I always knew there were some chemicals in sunscreen, so I wondered, am I using the right stuff? What I discovered didn't just shock me; it started a journey to developing my own sunscreen. But what's shocking is every sunscreen I looked at has chemicals never meant to touch human skin. So there's this movie with Mark Ruffalo based on a true story talking about the Teflon. I don't remember the name of the movie, but they were dumping the waste of Teflon into the water of this local town and also the soil. And so it was making all the livestock and people sick, get cancer, die. Going for a similar tonality in this. So featuring the bad guys, good guy, bad guy, antagonist, protagonist, and then focusing in this case on zinc oxide, which is very much what the doctor always used, like based on my interviewing of her. And then, just kind of, what is it? It's that white stuff on our faces. Now, you can research and find lots of things that say this stuff is safe. It's old and not in depth. And always look at who's funding these studies. Zinc oxide damages, mutates, and ages our cells. Specify. Cellular senescence is when, just between you and me, there's something called apoptosis. That's when our dying and dead cells or damaged and dead cells take themselves out of circulation to repair or completely die, get removed from circulation entirely forever. When apoptosis breaks, cells become senescent and then they spew toxins. So senescent means they can't die. They're like zombies. And they spew toxins that make the cells around them senescent. So it rapidly increases, exponentially increases aging. Basic what happens, all the things we're using sunscreen to protect our skin from. Wow, interesting, right? Going into profits over people, and as the impetus for the introduction of the actual product. Gonna have product art. Your grandma's sunscreen. Combine natural ingredients that blah, blah, blah. We need to add in a light. Now, sunscreen can be thick, especially the higher SPF. They get thicker and thicker and create a coat on our skin. Then all the dirt gets attracted to it and fills our pores, and inflammation and free radical damage, or our skin rusts, discoloration, dark spots. Make that clickable. So, and I'm also highlighting the HEV blue light. So there's a few things in here that really differentiate this from sunscreen as usual. And it's focusing on an umbrella of lots of things, doing a quick deep dive into one. And in fact, I could do a more of a deep dive. Uh, excuse me. So as zinc as zinc oxide is exposed to UV rays, it instantly starts breaking down. Once it's fully degraded, zinc oxide becomes as dangerous to our skin as the UV it's supposed to protect us from. Putting a nice little bow on the conversation. This is, by the way, just basic copy chiefing yourself. Zinc oxide also causes something called cellular senescence, when mutated skin cells turn healthy skin cells. It's like a zombie outbreak in our skin, and it exponentially accelerates premature rapid aging. We're actually going to add the appearance compliant. Oh, just add a little bit, and you can see that we have a perfectly testable medium form, not short but not long, advertorial that is testable against the 3 others that have already been produced. So once again, just wanted to show you how easy this stuff is. And if you have any questions and or want me to write with you, comments. Cheers.